Target Trading Academy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Vogl here at Target Trading Academy with today's Micros Market Recap. It is Tuesday, June 27th at the close of New York. Let's get right into it with micro oil, which has been closed for a while now. We opened gap down from that close in that range. We had an immediate move up. We got pretty close to the close, not quite to it. We're not really looking for the exact numbers, just more or less the area, that range. So you could say we got once, twice, three times in that area before the sellers really kicked in and brought it down to this HVA edge where they struggled to break through it for a good couple hours. And then finally, before they closed, they had one last burst of energy and decided to bring it down and then stopped. So not a whole lot in oil today. I will say not a whole lot in general for today. I mean, we just one directional market in the equities with very consolidated moves, very choppy. So not the best conditions to be trading in, but still there were some opportunities. Now we move on to gold. Gold did open inside of its range, relatively close to the close. It hit that edge immediately and then kept hitting it two more times after that before finally letting those sellers win out and bringing it down ever lower, making new contract lows and having a turnaround, massive turnaround at that contract low. Not before we had some opportunities to go short at these edges that, yes, were drawn the night before. So there were plenty of opportunities this morning. But as I would say, probably about an hour into the market's opening, it got really slow. And so we are finishing that down in the oil market and gold. Now, as far as our equities, we are going to be finishing positive, it looks like. We did get outside those ranges in the ES, not the NASDAQ, but we did get outside that range from yesterday in the ES. You can see how congested this was in the morning for the ES. It was just ping-ponging around that HVA there, and then it came down here and had a massive bout of buying once, twice, boom, both winners, and they came back after making new highs and trying to break out to hit that support on that HVA edge again that you can see was already hit a dozen times or so, or probably a half a dozen to be honest, at that edge to go long there. And you can just see from that 11 o'clock mark, it just started melting up. So we'll keep an eye on that. That's kind of seems to be the overall move so far in the markets, or at least the equities, where we get slow moving mornings, and it's only been going on for maybe a week at most, and we get some directional move the rest of the day, even though it's really slow and consolidated. And when that happens, you're mainly just looking to go with that move, that trend, and just look for those opportunities that support to hit it. But we did have some short opportunities that did present as well. Not that you would necessarily want to look for those. Remember, I don't know if you've been around with us for long, but we always say the trend is your friend, as corny as it sounds. And it is true in the case of trading futures. The trend is your friend. You always want to go with that trend. If you have troubles identifying the trend, then maybe you should come into the rooms and we can help you learn how to do it yourself. We don't do call outs or trades. We will just talk about the opportunities that are present, what we're looking for. But we teach you how to trade futures. We don't call anything out. It's better to teach someone how to do something so that they can do it for themselves and be proficient in it rather than telling you what to take, because you may not understand what's going on. If you have the understanding of what you're looking for, you can eventually go off and do things on your own. You don't have to pay us to teach you anymore. And that's, oddly enough, that is the goal that we want to get you at. And that's up to you to get yourself there. As far as the NASDAQ goes, you can see that we had some consolidation at the start, much like the ES. Not as much, though. We had a little bit more of swings coming in, not as consolidated. And then right around that 11 o'clock move, you can see as well, if we bring it here, we just had that large buyer step in, and it just started to climb. And it climbed, and it climbed, and it climbed, and it climbed, and it climbed. And we never got outside of that range from yesterday. They tried, though. They tried with all their might to bring this up, at least to the range high, and get out of there. But it wasn't necessary. It was just the direction of that market. Very slow, very consolidated. Plenty of opportunities. You just have to be very patient and waiting for those executions. Me, on a personal basis, if I don't see the markets moving in a direction where I want to around 10:30, 11, I usually will call it a day and not trade anymore. It's just not worth it sticking around. But with that said, we are positive in the equities here, negative in gold and oil. If you're interested in learning more information about these levels and how you can get them onto your charts the night before, be sure to check us out on Facebook or go to our website at targettrading.co. That is targettrading.co. Get in touch with the consultant at either one of those locations. They'll gladly show you what we do in our rooms each and every day, and you'll be able to see for yourself why we are the #1 trading education company in the world. We look forward to seeing you there.